So I'm gonna record this lecture. So this is my data. The data file name is product sales manager, sales region basically. So I'm gonna select all with Control A and Alt HOI. Alt HOI. It will auto adjust. Then I will centralize and I will change the font to Times New Roman because I like to work in this, and Alt HOI auto adjust. Next thing is we have a lot of variable here: date, region in which the product is getting sold, quantity, unit price, store location, customer type, wholesale, retail, discount, and obviously I need to convert this into percentage later. And salesperson, total price, payment method, promotion, return and order ID, customer name, and obviously these are not the actual customer names, इन्होंने खुद दिए होंगे basically. Shipping cost, order date, delivery date, region manager. So मैंने अब क्या करना है इस डेटा का? ओके, frankly speaking, समराइज़ करना है, एनालाइज करना है, चार्ट्स बनाने हैं, ठीक है, समरी देनी है, ठीक है. मेरा जो मैनेजर है मैं उसे पूरा डेटा नहीं दिखा सकता, हाइपोथेटिकली स्पीकिंग, ठीक है ना. मुझे समरी देनी है उसको इस डेटा की, कि सेल्स की समरी क्या है. ठीक हो गया, किस जगह पे कितनी प्रोडक्ट, कौन सी प्रोडक्ट, किस अमाउंट में प्रोडक्ट सेल हो रही है, कितने % डिस्काउंट के साथ अच्छी सेल हो रही है, किस एरिया में हो रही है, कौन सा सेल पर्सन ऐसा है जो सबसे ज़्यादा सेल कर रहा है, शिपिंग कॉस्ट किस रीजन में ज़्यादा पड़ रही है, किस रीजन में कम पड़ रही है. सो दैट्स हाउ द थिंग गोज़. And for that, first of all, I need to press Ctrl T for inserting table, and here we have. और ये ऑटोमेटिकली सारी की सारी रेंज सिलेक्ट हो जाएगी जहाँ पे डेटा होगा. And here is the option, my table has headers, and it means these are your headers, headings basically. So I'm gonna choose this theme. Okay. The next thing is I'm gonna rename the table. The table is sales. That's it. So ये काम तो हो गया जी टेबल इंसर्ट करने का, ठीक है. The next thing is I'm gonna use pivot charts. So what are pivot charts? They are basically made to analyze a large amount of data. You can first build the tables, then after that you can insert charts according to the data type or the table. And obviously in this video it's a total experimentation video, so I will let you know how to do all this thing. Okay, so first I'm gonna insert pivot table. That's it. And obviously मुझे यहाँ पे टेबल का नेम देना पड़ेगा which is basically sales, and choose where you want the pivot table to be placed, यानी pivot table कहाँ पे रखा जाए. And I'm gonna choose the new working sheet. Okay, so this is the pivot table as you can clearly see. So अगर मैं इधर select कर लेता हूँ तो ये जो fields हैं, यहाँ पे जो fields आ रही हैं ये गायब हो जाएंगी. जैसे ही मैं इधर आता हूँ ये fields आ जाएंगी. So let's put it this way, at the very start I'm gonna do this. Region, I just drag and drop down this region variable into the rows option, or what we have now, the row labels of the region. So you can clearly see region has east, south, north, central. So you can see these are the repeating values, right? And here I have central, east, north, south, west. That's it. Okay, then I want to see the shipping cost, let's put it this way. And here we have sum of shipping cost. It means I'm gonna rename this variable. Okay, and the variable is region. So in the central region I have the total sum of 8,394 shipping cost. So it means मुझे किसी भी रीजन में अगर शिपिंग कॉस्ट फाइंड करनी है तो मैं सिंपल इंसर्ट कर लूँगा पिवट टेबल और मैं इजीली फाइंड कर लूँगा, राइट। नॉट ओनली दैट, मैं इस ऑप्शन में जाता हूँ, सिलेक्ट ऑल, आई एम गोना क्लिक ओनली दिस वन, ईस्ट, एंड हेयर वी हैव। अब इसमें सिर्फ एक ही चीज़ व्यू की जा सकती है और वो है जी शिपिंग कॉस्ट इन द ईस्ट रीजन, एंड द नेक्स्ट थिंग आई कैन क्लिक ऑन दिस वन टू, नॉर्थ। सो नाउ हेयर and again central, and you must have observed कि ये cost जो total है ये भी बढ़ता जा रहा है, and if I select all and we are again to the same position. So well, that's not that pivot table, right? सिर्फ इतने में ख़त्म नहीं होता, शुरू होते ही ख़त्म हो गया ये तो, it's not like that. So I'm gonna insert it again. Here we are, but the values are same, so what's the point of inserting the same variable again? I'm gonna do a little bit of modification. Right click on this value in this column, and here I have show value as percentage of column total, and here we are. अब मुझे ये values क्या दे रही हैं? So basically मैं एक काम करता हूँ, if there is an option of sort, yeah, largest to smallest, and let's sort it out. Here it is. So now we can clearly see east region has the highest percentage of the shipping cost, right, and which is basically 21.32%, and central region has the cost second highest. So you can clearly see. Now a little demo about the chart. Now you have a data about this, right? So what kind of chart is suitable? You don't need to worry. Excel can do this by himself. Pivot table analyze, and here we have pivot charts. That's it. I need to remove this variable at first, it's not helpful. Now pivot charts, here we are, that's it. So that is your pivot chart, and I'm gonna do something with pivot chart. First of all, you can go to the design format selection. There are a lot of options here, but chart title, I'm gonna keep this one. Grid lines, remove those grid lines. Legend, remove that legend. That's it. And this is the field button basically, and this is the region. I can सेंट्रल, सो मैं सिर्फ सेंट्रल के लिए इस चीज़ को ऑब्ज़र्व कर सकता हूँ टेक्निकली। मैं दो कैटेगरीज़ के लिए भी ऑब्ज़र्व कर सकता हूँ, सेंट्रल एंड ईस्ट, एंड हेयर वी आर। और इसी तरह मैं तमाम कैटेगरीज़ के लिए भी कर सकता हूँ। दैट्स इट. So that's the first thing. Next I'm gonna click on this one, and you can change the chart type too. Yeah, this not suitable, and line chart, here we are. You can also observe the line chart, which is basically the same thing, although it's a line, right? So I can have these two options, that's it. I can have three options in the chart if you want, that's it. So there is a lot of options, so I'm gonna change it to this thing, and I'm gonna select all the regions, that's it. Okay, so that is the first simple chart. Okay, and remove field, no, you can't remove field here, but what you can do, hide all field buttons on the chart. Here we have. एंड अगर आप थोड़े से एस्थेटिकली ब्यूटीफुल हैं, ठीक है, तो आप इसके कलर भी चेंज कर सकते हैं. वी कैन हैव दिस थीम, वी कैन हैव दिस थीम, एंड दिस टू, एंड दिस टू, दिस टू. देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ थीम्स. हाँ, मुझे प्लेन ही पसंद है, सॉरी. ठीक है, सो दैट्स द फर्स्ट चार्ट वी मेड. So we can edit the title if we want to. So that is sum of shipping, and there is a double P here, cost by the region. So that's my keyword. I'm gonna make it caps, and I'm gonna recorrect it. Here we have sum of shipping cost by the region. So that's it. A little bit of, I'm gonna add data labels. Yeah, that's it. So it will be a more precise thing to me, right? So that's the first pivot chart that you have made. Next, I'm gonna rename the sheets. So Control C, I'm gonna rename the sheet as it is, so it will be easy for me then, right? So you can add a lot of pivot charts here, like a lot. Yeah, there is no need to, so that is my first pivot chart. I'm gonna make the chart smaller here. Yeah, that's it. So the second pivot chart I'm gonna insert here is insert pivot chart, but I'm gonna insert in the existing worksheet now. It's my choice, there's nothing specific about it. So here we have the region, and I'm gonna again do this shipping cost, but this time show value as percentage of column total, and I'm gonna copy this label and F2 for going inside the cell, and Control V, and here F2 again, percentage of shipping cost. So I'm gonna insert the again pivot design and pivot analyze, pivot chart, but I'm gonna go with pi now. Yeah, that's a cool thing. So here we have, so it's totally a percentage of showing each region how much the shipping cost that region is consuming. I'm gonna remove legend. No, I can't remove the legend. Chart title, I can't remove the chart title. Okay, data labels, yeah, it's good. And a little bit of artistry, won't kill anyone. This, no, that is not a suitable color. This, yeah, to me it looks good. It looks good. And I'm gonna hide value field buttons on the chart. That's it. So here we have. So how does that for a chart thing? So that's an initial tutorial how to build a chart by the pivot table, right? It's not a formal lecture, it's just an experimentation. Okay, so now I'm gonna choose another variable of a different kind, right? So we have in the data like region product. What if I want to see कि कौन सी product के units ज़्यादा sold out हो रहे हैं? So I'm gonna choose the variable product which has the categories laptop, phone, desk, chair, monitor, and the next thing quantity of that particular product, right? So, and I'm gonna make this thing now a more typical and complex. So let's insert again a pivot chart, pivot table. Here we are. So I'm gonna drag this here, product, and these are the number of categories. So how many categories? Count 7, which means there are 7 categories in that product variable. Next thing is quantity. Okay, the next thing, what is the third variable? So this is the row filter, it's the row variable, and this is the sum of quantity. I want something else too. Yeah, I want something else too, and that needs to be categorical variable. Yeah, so we have store A B C D, maybe E F B O. अब डेटा पूरा तो मैंने देखा नहीं है. So what I'm gonna do is इस store location को मैं columns में रख देता हूँ, and here we have store A, store B, store C, store D. So what does this value represent? It represents the number of units sold for the chair in store A, in store B, in store C, in store D. So you can clearly see how it has categorized all the data, like store A और chair, यानी चेयर के 652 यूनिट्स सेल आउट हुए हैं, सोल्ड आउट हुए हैं फ्रॉम द स्टोर ए, फ्रॉम द स्टोर बी 486 this. So that's a beautiful way to handle the data, right? The next thing is a little bit of editing. F2, and I'm gonna paste here the variable name. The variable name is product. I'm gonna copy, yeah, F2 control V, that's it. So these are the column labels. So column labels में कौन सा डेटा है जी मेरे पास? stored location. Control A, Control C, and then we have F2 for going inside the cell, and Control A for selecting all, and Control V for pasting the previous copied thing, right? So sum of quantity, you can remove this thing if you want, yeah, but keep it. I'm gonna keep it. That's it. So what I'm gonna do next, what kind of chart is suitable for this kind of 2x2 variable, not 2x2, two-way variable, in which we have two variables. The first is the store location and the next is the product type. Okay, so pivot analyze, and we have the pivot chart, and we don't need to think through this के यार कौन सा वेरिएबल है तो किस तरह का चार्ट सूट करेगा, राइट? This kind of chart, this kind of, this kind of, this kind of, this. Okay, this is a clustered column chart, this is a stack, okay, and 100% stack. I'm gonna choose this one, yeah. So Excel को खुद ही आइडिया हो जाता है पिवट टेबल में कि किस तरह के चार्ट आपने बनाने हैं. Store A represents this color, so that is store A. Chairs, desk, laptop, store A. Again phone, store A. I'm gonna do a little bit of labeling, data labels, that's cool. Okay, trend line no, legend, grid lines, I'm gonna remove grid lines. There is no purpose of grid lines. Oh, it has become big. Next thing is axis title. No, I don't need axis title. And legend, yeah, I need legend, otherwise मुझे पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि कौन सा कलर किस स्टोर को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. But I need to remove hide all field buttons on chart. So here we are. And if you are aesthetic or an Instagram person who wants to looks good, what about this one? Shiny colors dark. And what about this one? And this one, that is quite fade. I like this. Or let's keep it simple. That's it. So आपको ये भी परेशान होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है जी कि क्या नाम है चार्ट कैसे बनता है. You just need to use the pivot table. So there are options, columns के columns में कौन सा variable आएगा, right? I'm gonna keep it small so that I can, so this is the column variable, sum of quantity, and obviously I can change this quantity, yeah, definitely. Let me show you this magic. Show value as percentage of column total. ये लें जी, ना सिर्फ डेटा अपडेट हुआ है, पूरा का पूरा चार्ट भी अपडेट हो गया है अपने आप, like an automated project. That's it. So now you can clearly see. आप यहाँ से डेटा टाइप चेंज करें, कैलकुलेशन चेंज करें, आपका पूरा का पूरा चार्ट चेंज हो जाएगा, and which is basically a good thing, yeah. To draw these charts manually in Excel, it's quite a task, believe me. So the next thing is I'm gonna insert another variable, yeah, and it needs to be let's put it this way, time variable. Let's try it out. I'm gonna show you another thing here. So अब तो ये field tables गायब हो चुके हैं, तो ये कहाँ से आएंगे जी? Pivot table analyze, फील्ड लिस्ट, ये लें जी, दोबारा आप ये रोकी, कैंसिल करें, फील्ड लिस्ट। ओके, यू गॉट इट, दैट्स इट। सो मैं अपनी डेटा वाली शीट पे चलता हूँ, यहाँ पे वेरिएबल देखता हूँ जी, डेट है और क्या है, I just need to insert another variable in this scenario. Okay, so date है जी, then we have the delivery date and payment method है जी, let's use payment method, yeah, it's good, but it's not gonna work out, so I'm gonna use another concept which is quite unique to me. Here is the insert slicer. Okay, I'm gonna insert the slicer of the which variable I forgot, basically salesperson, discount, customer type, store location, total price, payment method. Yeah, I'm gonna select this and here we are. और आप इसके भी कलर डिज़ाइन कर सकते हैं if you are aesthetic and if you want to, yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna paste it here, that's it. Okay, what just happened, this and this. Now you can clearly see if I select the credit card, all the options are changing here. Okay, credit card, the options still getting changed, debit card, they are changing. Not only that, the chart is also changing. It means I have insert the slicer for the variable payment method and I can see each one of the categories, right, कि credit card के लिए क्या chart performance है, chair के कितने यूनिट सोल्ड हो रहे हैं, डेस्क के, लैपटॉप के, मॉनिटर के, and for this, and if I'm gonna select this, so these all options are being selected, so it's a usual case. But if this only cash, if this credit card, now for these two categories, okay, debit card for these three categories, if I remove this filter, it's gonna show me for all. Yeah, that's it. So this is called the slicer. अब ज़रूरी भी नहीं एक ही स्लाइसर हम रखें, हम एक से ज़्यादा भी रख सकते हैं. Like this, I need to observe the data. Customer type, I'm gonna insert slicer for customer type. So insert slicer home. So here is the pivot table analyze, insert slicer, and I'm gonna have the customer type. So we have another slicer. But if I'm gonna only select this cash here, and here I'm gonna select only retail, okay, not the wholesale type of the customer. So I'm having these stats, right, कि चेयर के इतने यूनिट्स सोल्ड हुए हैं, इतने परसेंट, 11.90% एट द लोकेशन ए, राइट. अच्छा हाँ, चेयर के कितने यूनिट्स टोटल सोल्ड आउट हुए हैं फ्रॉम ऑल द स्टोर्स, 12.11%, बट हाउ, through the cash and the customer type is retail. So you can easily filter out all the data types, yeah, just to analyze the data. So that's all for today.